started off the season pretty well. A lot of questions coming around. It's like it's a new program, and how this team was going to do. What kind of statement have you guys made in these first 4 games now?
I mean, I think we have a lot of talent, and we're just kind of learning how to play together. Today was another example of that. We had another opportunity to test ourselves, and in the third period, between the second and third, I talked to the team, and we haven't had a lead yet. Going into the third period or a big one at that. We got to learn to put teams away, and got some work to do there. But the fact that they put themselves in a position to have that lead is spectacular, and we're going to get better from this game for sure. But I mean, I think if you watch, we've got a lot of talent, and I think that's what teams will see. And we just got to kind of meld it all together and put it all together.
It's kind of where my question was going to lead, and I just want to ask, is this a test to possibly growing pains for the program, seeing how you have multiple, experienced players coming into the program? Is this something that you're looking at as growing pains, or is there something that maybe a little bit deeper that we see?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's every time you step on the ice, you have to learn, right? Sometimes you can get those learns in victories, sometimes you get them in defeats. It's wonderful to get them in victories as opposed to defeats. It makes the night a lot better and the week a lot better. But we're constantly learning. We're constantly trying to get better. We have an old veteran bunch that's going to help lead the way. I'm really excited to see kind of how we come out of this. While taking the fact that we have a sweep, and that's fantastic. We're 3-1, that's great. But also knowing that we can do it.
Taking that information, and in fact, we were 3-1 on this. The third period against Union last week, and this week, this third period. Do you take that as a good learning experience that you can build off of going forward, or is there something that something from that?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because our third periods have been our best periods all year. This time it was the second period, followed by probably our worst period of the year. So it's strange, but again, it's just, we talk about details a lot. We talk about finishing plays a lot, those sorts of things. And when we do that, you can see the success. Our highs are very, very high. Our talent level is very great. Some of the goals we scored today were unbelievable. But when our lows, when we get into those valleys, they're too low right at times. So we're just trying to kind of get that valley up a little bit closer to our highs. And once we figure that out, we're going to be a dangerous team.
Wasyn and Ally, you guys have probably had a lot of communication as like a team, or had a good chemistry so far. Six goals in 2 games in back-to-back games. What kind of chemistry have you guys had so far this year?
I think the chemistry that it's grown so quick and so fast for a bunch of new girls joining together. I think our leadership group is definitely helping us all communicate and help us go together. And instead of having our own ways, we are all buying in and going together.
I think another part is some people see it as like a downfall to have so many girls from different places, but for us, I feel like we've taken culture from like Mercyhurst or St. Lawrence and like what worked for them and put it all together. So I think just using that, we've honestly all come together pretty quick, and it feels like we've been playing with each other for a while.
As captains, what have you guys done to probably improve that chemistry?
I think the biggest thing is, again, going off of what Ally said, is just taking from each player what they've learned and adapting it into our game, and continuing to grow off of what everyone's pulling in together. So continuing to be all as one, but helping each other learn off each other as well.
This is a good part of my question here. We were talking a lot about transfers and all this, but I want to talk a little bit about the first year as a freshman, especially on defense. You have Scully and you have D'Elia here. Them being able to step in seamlessly and be able to step in, how has that been for you guys to be able to capitalize and make sure you take care of a lot of the other things you can't deal with out there?
I think it's great. I think the freshmen, like Scully and Tala, they've been doing amazing on the Blue Lakes, especially for freshmen. And it's not only helpful that they came in so prepared and ready to take on the role that they did, but it makes us all around as a D-corps just click much better.
I think also those two are like extremely positive girls. So even them on the bench, like something goes down, Scully's the first one up and like cheering them on. So like she's taking on this role that's more than a freshman, which is amazing to see.
Back-to-back games where like one period has a lot of goals in, the third period yesterday, the second period today. What was said in the locker room to probably have that sort of scoring outburst in just one period alone?
we just preached details. Again, it was, we kind of fell short of what we wanted to do in the first period. Today, we were there, but we were just a little bit sloppy, and just said, hey, let's go out and play how we can play and kind of execute our details. And they did. And again, we see that high, versus the low, and it's that second period was probably the most skill you've seen at Robert Morris in a long time, kind of all the way top to bottom. So we see it there. We just got to continue to, it's kind of cliche, but just preach the details and execute the details, because it's for us in particular, this team more than ever, it seems to make that big difference.
You guys feed off that too.
Most definitely. I think that the details is what makes our team right now, especially having all new players. Details are key for us to buy into, and it definitely helps us win the games.
I think off of that too, since we're all new, we don't have that team chemistry that a lot of the other teams have, where they have only 5 new players coming in. So yeah, these details, if we can get those, at least it'll make up for the lack of team chemistry, just having girls all together for the past couple of years.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.